wanted to know whether Nasdaq Ninja can trade or not. Where Lesiba was asking 1,200, he should be charging 50 Rand or 100 Rand. Andy, the goat, goes quiet when things doesn't go his way. Because the first person I reached out to was Nas 100X. Look at Bamba FX. You know how much money DJ Coach made over a 3-month period? And don't talk about Jason Noah. I sleep peacefully at night with a...
South Africa, and I'm bringing you guys another installment of Market Masters, where I sit down with the most prominent and talented individuals in the game. And a big shout out to Octa for bringing us out to Cape Town for the Cape Town tour of Market Masters. And again, apologies for the noise in the background, guys. Unfortunately, we have limited time in Cape Town, and there happens to be construction. But I know you guys have been asking for this one. By the title, by the thumbnail, you know who's here today. We're here with Rolio Jack is in the building.
Yeah, I'm here. You know, after some long discussions, I think.
Yeah.
2 years now, eh?
Yeah, no, 2 years.
I think we've been talking for 2 years. So before we get started, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. Yeah. And it is an honor to sit here amongst you, because you have been in this space a lot longer. That I think you are the lead singer of the band, if this was a band. So it's an honor to be here, because it's not every day that you get called out on a podcast to be on the top trader. You know, it's like being called up to play for Barcelona. Which is never gonna happen, but
appreciate
but thank you.
Appreciate it so much, and obviously for you honoring the invite as well. I think the first time I sent you an invite, I was actually a bit nervous. I was like, is this guy even gonna respond? Or,
no, I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
You are cool, and I think everyone knows that you're cool.
Yeah, I'm a good person. Well, some people think I'm good, and other people just wants to,
Yeah. So anyway, guys, full disclaimer, Rolio told me none of the how did you get into Forex stuff. So we'll just get straight to the stuff that you guys actually want.
Yeah. I think people understand, through the content.
Yeah.
I've done over 500 educational content in regards to Forex. I've told people I've been in the industry for over 10 years.
Yeah.
So I think that is as far as it goes, that's it. So there's nothing, I don't have much to say about myself, except I love playing GTA Online.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I love to do.
No,
so
that's beautiful.
Yeah, I prefer. I've got over 900 hours now on GTA Online. So that's what I do.
Do you stream?
No, I don't stream.
You should, though.
No.
Why not?
Look, it's for me, it's entertaining to play the game. But for me to play the game is entertaining. I'm not the kind of guy that likes to put everything that I do out there for people to see.
Yeah.
So I do it in my own capacity, in my own time, because I have a lot that I do throughout the day. So when I do find time, I'm not going to go from a camera. Like maybe I just recorded a video.
Yeah.
And I have to go and sit in front of another camera. Because I also go live on YouTube a lot, try to engage with the community and see what type of stuff it is that they might be looking for. So gaming for me is that,
outlet.
I've got more money on GTA Online than I've ever had in my entire life. So I feel good about that.
I think we all do.
So that's kind of the thing, is where it's the second life that you live. With people that you don't know. So
trading without fees. Now that's possible with Octa. Octa has no commissions on deposits and withdrawals, no swaps or fees. Get your gains in full and earn more in the long run. Trade with spreads from 0.2 pips on majors, metals, and indices and more with Octa. Execute orders always at market price and withdraw money on time when you need it. Conditions can't get any better with Octa. See for yourself. Use the promo code TOPTRADER and get 100% deposit bonus. Trading made clear with Octa. Yeah, no, let's just get to this one straight. We all know right now, a lot of you are here because Rolio Jack has a YouTube channel where you review a lot of people's signals.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that particularly. But what I want to get into is the why behind it.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of people would like to know, Rolio, why do you do this?
Yeah.
Why? Because like what you're doing right now it's unprecedented currently, you know, and you're doing some of the most amazing work in the industry right now. And I think a lot of people really don't understand what is it that you're doing. You're not exposing people.
No.
You're holding people accountable to the stuff that they say online.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think people don't understand that piece of information. Right?
No, it's 100% true.
Yeah.
I think look, what I do is no different to some of the other YouTubers that reviews products.
Yeah.
If you buy a PlayStation and there's a guy who's going to review it, you know, and you're not going to get Sony coming into that comment section and go, why are you reviewing our PlayStation?
That is true.
Or PlayStation sending them an email going, why did you say that the PlayStation gets warm when it actually does? Because you need to give consumers exactly what it would be like if you were there as a person who reviews information. Exposing people, I would not say something that I do, because everything that I do is there for the people to see. So no, I don't expose anybody. I just review the products. That's it.
Yeah, and like also just looking at MKBHD. That's it, right?
That guy.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I love him so much.
Me too.
He reviews products, Tesla products.
He just reviewed the new Tesla. The truck.
The truck, yeah.
Yes. So imagine Elon Musk was in his car. Elon Musk don't even have time to get into that comment section and go, hey, why are you reviewing my signals? But these guys who claims to be millionaires, they've got time to go, hey, why are you reviewing my signals? I'm like, but I paid for it.
Yeah.
And as a consumer, I have every right to give my opinion about the product that I purchased.
Yeah.
Firstly, you are, you look in you know, we can go as far as, you know, talking about advertising, misleading advertising also. Mm-hmm. But we don't go into that. We rather just say, here's the information, you know, and it's not like I'm making, like I'm not saying to people, don't join the signals, don't go there, it's bad. I tell the people, look, here's the signals, this is the format, this is what it looks like, and you can decide whether or not this is something that you would like to partake your money with. As an experienced trader, you make the decision of whether or not you want to go and sign up. As a person who's looking out from the inside, you now get a clearer picture of what's going on the inside. You can now make a better decision in terms of whether or not I want to be there. So think of it in this way. If you had to go shopping at Pick and Pay and you were not allowed to go in to go look at the products that you wanted to buy as closely to it as you would like to, would it not be more difficult for you to decide what it is that you want or not? It would, because you can't really get a clear view of what it is that you're looking to purchase. Now, if they let you in, you can take the product, you can turn it around, you can check the expiry date, you can see, is this working for me? And this is what I've been asking these guys. Can you just be a little more transparent with the consumer before they make a decision? All they do is post a blue screen, and then people go, oh my God, he's won. Then you get into the VIP group and you realize, oh, but you've lost 6 trades before this one, which you've not posted. That is the gap. That makes no sense to me. That there, you see, is that thing there. So that's why I review the products. Yeah.
Okay, now let's get to the why.
Okay.
Why? Yes. How did you get to this point? Because I think that's very important for people to understand that.
Yes, it's true. So about 6-7 years ago, right? So I had the worst experience with being misled through information that's currently being provided, to a point where I think I've told this before, right? Where I had to sell. I was on YouTube once, and I showed the people, you know, a Gumtree ad that I had to post once. I had to sell everything because I lost everything, because I was told that I can buy an EA that has got I think a 90% success rate. I was so bad that this person said, if the banks will get jealous because of this EA, right? So I bought the EA. So that didn't go too good, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because of the misleading information.
Yeah.
Because they're not giving you the truth. They're giving you the truth. They're giving you their truth as far as the money can go into their pockets, right? That's it. Any case, long story short, I lost everything. And it took me about 2 to 3 years to be able to get back on my feet again. And I was living, so look, I had a nice apartment, and I had money, and I used to smoke cigarettes back in the days. But I don't smoke anymore. And I could afford cigarettes. But after getting so deep into debt, I was so deep into debt trying to recover myself from everyone that was selling something at a, that was promising you some good returns. And being the type of person that we are nowadays, if you see someone saying, oh, I can give you something that's got 100% success rate, you think, okay, this is more money. You look at people's lifestyles on Instagram and you go, but that's the kind of life that I want to live. And then you go, okay, I aspire to be like this person. How do I get there? So you look through the information, you go, okay, look here, this guy's selling an EA and he says the EA has made him 100,000. So we make the decision and we buy it. So because of that, I was so deep into debt that I later got under debt review for some time because to reduce the debt because I was working at that time. And my salary couldn't keep up with my debt anymore. So I lived with my sister. I sold everything that I had. But I used to just travel with black bags, right? And one day I came home from work and I was so upset. And I sat in the car and at that point I couldn't even afford a cigarette. I used to wait for my sister's husband to go sleep so I can take the buds, and I would take it out and I would go smoke. And I sat in my car one day and I asked myself, how did I get here? How did I go from having this nice, not perfect, not this life, but how did I have a life where I didn't have to worry about how am I going to buy my next cigarette, to now thinking, where am I going to find a cigarette, to having to take out, smoking butts from, not called smoking butts, but from another person, like having them to go sleep. And I made a vow to myself on that day, right? I said to myself that if one day the Lord gives me the opportunity, right, to have a platform where I'm able to express my views and opinions about anybody's service before any person steps into that group, I will do exactly that. And last year, I started when my content started. So I was just doing educational content, and then I took a pivot somewhere in September because I needed money, because this is costing me. I had to get a big budget for it, right? Because I have to pay for these signals. And last year in September, I said, you know what? Here we go. Here we are now. I think I'm ready to do this now. And I just reflected back. And that's because the main reason why I'm doing this is so that the next person that's coming from out of nowhere who wants to join, let's see about more 2P signal group, will see that, but this guy can't trade. So I'm not going to take the risk of putting my 1,000 Rand into a signal group, then find out he can't trade. Because remember, there is more risk to the consumer than there is to the guy who's sending a signal. The consumer has to pay for the service, and then they also need to fund their own accounts. So there's a double risk on their side. And because of that, I'm just trying to cut the risk where the consumer can go, okay, this is what it looks like on the inside, because clearly nobody wants to show them. These guys, they just don't want to show them what's happening in the real group. Why? It's because they're not as good as they claim they are. They can't prove statistically. They can't put it on paper. If they could, there would have been investor passwords in free groups all over the world. Name one trader that you know in your entire life who has posted an investor password in a free group for people to see whether he's good at trading or not, provided that he was offering a service, obviously. Not just some guy, hey, you can trade. Okay, give you an investor's password. There's nobody that does that. All you get is a blue screen. You get a trade history. You get a guy that stands on cars with no number plates. You get all of this, and they sell this to the public. But what the public don't get is what they actually pay for. Because we pay for a service. I don't pay you to stand on your car. I don't pay you to look fancy on Instagram. You understand? I pay you for a service. And the service that the people get is not there. So I'm going to sit back and know what it's like to lose money because of decisions like this, because of being misled and getting half of the information that you require. I'm not going to sit back because tomorrow my kids and their kids could also meet up with one of these traders as kids that was taught to be like that also. Where do we go? I mean, if you want to buy a car, you're going to go onto YouTube and go BMW i220. If you wanted to buy a house, not a house, maybe a new camera, you go Google the specs. Where do we go if we wanted to know whether NASDAQ Ninja can trade or not? Where? You can't go anywhere. We go to the Instagram and we go, oh,
Blue screen.
Golf 8.
Blue screen.
Oh, blue screen. Oh, it's your mentor. Like that. And I'm not making him as an example, but that is how this industry is being used. Now, don't get me wrong. There is good signal providers, and I'm obviously making my platform open to the young and upcoming as well that is capable of providing a service. But there is people who are purposefully misleading consumers for their own benefit. They know they're not capable of doing this, but they will still do it because it's a lot easier to make the money. Do you know that it is easier to convince someone that you can trade as opposed to actually trading in the market? You know the amount of psychology that is involved in trading? Why would they want to go through that if they can just tell you to pay him a 500 Rand to join the signal group? Yeah. Why? If he can get 1,000 people to do it, why should he go through the hassle of sitting through a drawdown?
Yeah. Do you think okay, I've always been concerned about one thing, is the price of signals.
Yeah.
Do you think it's underpriced? A lot of them.
No, I think it's overpriced. I think
really?
most of these guys.
200.
No. Like, I think most of these guys, their signals are not relatively. Well, their signals are not relative to the price that they are charging.
Okay.
Most of these guys should. Lesiba was asking 1,200. He should be charging 50 Rand or 100 Rand. Why? Because of the quality of the work of the signals that he produces. It's not to the standard of being 1,000 Rand. You understand? The thing is, when you can actually, when we talk about getting value for money, right? If you go to a second-hand store to buy an iPhone versus going to an actual Apple store to buy an iPhone, you're obviously expecting to pay a lesser price because it's a second-hand phone. But that's because you know it's a second-hand phone. How do I know you can trade? How do I know that you're capable of trading? Why don't you allow me an opportunity to review whether you can trade or not? Then we can maybe make a decision. Because I can tell you that if most people were given the opportunity to choose the prices that they paid for the signals, a lot of people... There's a guy who is so upset with Andy the Goat, who is being audited tomorrow. He is so upset now he's being audited by me.
Oh. Services entered the chat.
No. I audit these guys myself. He is so upset with that guy that he sent me a text, and I can show it to you. He sent me a message this morning and he said, you know what? Is it okay for me to start a group and start sharing this guy's signals in there? And you know what he said also? He said that because there's a lot of people who signed up through the Easter period because he had a Easter. Yeah. But these people don't know about the results that they were going to get or that they are going to get within the signals. People are at that level now where they disrespect these guys, because think of it in this way. If you respected, some big trader and you get work from him, would you give that away to someone else if you know that this guy is like he's a good person or you won't.
Yeah.
So why do you think I get inboxes every day? Yo, review this person's signals. Yo, review this guy's signals. Is it because people are happy? Do you think people are excited and go, review this guy's signals? No. They want people to know that things are not good in here. So please go and review the signals. And this is where people are now getting upset with these guys. Really, they are at that point where they want to now create a group and start dispersing these people's signals. So I said, you know what? I can't do that. Or I can't allow you to do that, unfortunately, because it goes against what I do. So I can't resell, or not resell, but I can't give out people's work just like that. So I said, look, if you can find someone that's willing to do it for you, then by all means, then you can do it. But no, I would say most of the signals are overpriced. Some people, they are priced good because of the work that they deliver. If you can do the work, then you deserve the money.
Yeah.
But if you don't, but if you know you can't do the work, or if you're not doing the work, then I don't think that you're worth anything at all. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're in this. I think you've opened up like a niche within the industry right now. You're a pioneer right now in what you're doing right now in terms of the signals.
Yeah.
So what are some of the obstacles that you're facing in terms of like having to do what you do?
I think, right, so I normally get people, if it's not directly from these guys, then I will mostly get people who will DM me and say, yo, why are you talking bad about, like maybe a guy, if I catch you, you're going to see what I do. And I said, well, what are you going to do? You understand? Because people shouldn't, okay, I don't want to get into that now, but so you'll get people that DM you and go, you're going to see because you talking bad about my mentor, maybe like that or something like that. Naz 100 Jakes, if you're watching, I'm still waiting for you to come and join me. He was the first guy to say to me, my people is going to contact you. I said, for what? What are they going to contact me for? Do I look like I'm scared of you or your people? So you get that. Then you get backlash throughout the comment section because we know we can't please everybody with the work that I do. But that's it. So there's backlash. There's people who will come to you and say, oh, you're going to see what we're going to do. Okay. But that's kind of it's well, I guess it's mostly kids because we do research on some of the people who do send threats because you have to be careful because you might potentially walk into that person into the mall, in the mall maybe, and then you could be standing there looking at you like, there's that guy. So if I have to see you before you see me, so I can go and confront you before you come to me. But depending on the severity of the threat, if it's like you're gonna see, it's fine. But if it's now, like if it's high, if the severity is high, then we normally go and find out, go and do some research, go check the profile, see what type of person, and sometimes you realize, and you're like, you're probably just a child, or because in most cases it's like a child, a 15-year-old child maybe, or a 16-year-old child. So I don't take all of it serious, and some of it I do take serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gee. So you recently just you did an interview with Nasdaq Ninja. We know that's like, I think for a lot of people that was actually quite surprising because it's like, what? How?
Yes, like how do you invite me onto a podcast after what you've done kind of thing? I know.
Yeah, and a big shout out to him for also showing up as well because it's like, okay.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy, and the thing is he was so open to do it.
Yeah.
But it did take some. I thought at first he was gonna go like, no, if you know what you did to me.
Yeah.
No, like he was kind of told, like it's fine, let's do it. So when are you available? Tomorrow. I'm like, wait, what? Dude, you got plans with it? like are you planning something? So yeah, and then we arranged it, and then he popped up, and he was there, and I was surprised that he actually showed up. Because I think that nobody, because the first person I reached out to was Naz 100 Jakes.
Okay.
And then the funny thing is that he said to me that he's gonna come back to me, and he never came back to me. So a lot of people, if you ask them, they come up with an excuse. One guy said, "Oh, I need to consult with my lawyer first." Like, what are you gonna talk to your lawyer about coming sitting on a podcast with me? Naz 100 Jakes said to me that he needs to speak to his sponsor, I think his sponsorship or his branding first.
Okay.
I'm like, why? It's just a conversation between myself and you.
Yeah.
To give you a platform to maybe tell the people what it is that they say in the comment section. Because I make these videos, people will say certain things in the comments. They can't reply to the comments. They can if they want to do. But they see the comments and they go, why are you saying that? It's not like that. So I'm getting you on a call to come and speak about the stuff that you might find that, no, it's not supposed to be like that. So yeah, no, Nasdaq Ninja came, and I was very surprised, and I thanked him for coming, for taking up the time to be there. And yeah, he was chill to an extent, and then you had to cool him down again. He's like chill the man. So it was it was one of those. But you expect something like that to happen, especially with what I do. Like you can't expect someone to come smiling on the camera if you just said they can't trade when they're trying to prove they can trade.
Yeah, no, that's quite true. Yeah, so who have been some of you spoke about misleading advertising. Let's talk about like the misleading advertising as well. How big of an issue is it right now in our industry?
It is everywhere. According to the FSCA, under the General Code of Conduct, when it comes to advertising, right, you have to give the client firstly information that is true and correct.
Yeah.
Right? It needs to be factual information. And you shouldn't withhold any information that would have a consumer make a different decision if you had to give them the actual information. So if you don't drink salt in your tea, for instance, I will need to tell you your salt in the tea because you would make a different decision if I was being honest with you. But I purposefully withhold the information because I don't want you to know about the salt that's in the tea. And this is what's happening in this industry. They are purposefully withholding information from a consumer because they know a consumer would make better decisions if they were being more transparent. So for instance, if they started posting their losses more, Andy, the goat, goes quiet when things doesn't go his way. But I've got someone in the group that will tell me this is why he's quiet. As soon as one trade hits a take profit, then the world needs to know about that. And then they put it in the free group and they go, yo, signals on discount. Join my group, join the winning team, join VIP. We are the best. VIP is eating. But VIP was not eating for 2 weeks. And now VIP is eating for 1 day. And you feel that the whole world needs to know that. My question to you is, do you think a lot of people who have signed up to signal groups would have signed up if they were told, look here, for the past 2 weeks, we haven't made any money? Do you think that someone would sign up if they were coming to that person and say, look, we haven't made any money for the past 2 weeks. Today we took our first trade and we made 20 pips maybe or 30 pips. Do you really think people will sign up to that?
No, of course not.
Exactly. So because they know this, they are not going to this. This is called, they are undisclosing. Well, they are purposefully not disclosing the information with the consumer because they know if I tell you the truth, I will not be making money. And this goes for everybody. Yeah. There's some people who are transparent that's in the industry. Some are transparent, but majority of the time you will find that every person, if I tell you today, every person that you'll find will just post you a blue screen. And you get to the VIP and you realize, but this is not the truth. Look at Mamba FX. He posted, the only time he sends results through that bot of his is when there was money made on that day. If there's no money being made, then you don't get an update of what's going on. So what would you think who is about to sign up to his group? You would think, oh, but you guys don't lose because that's not what you are showing me. You see? So you don't show me that you lose anything. And then now I sign up and I realize, whoa, but you've lost 20 trades in a row. You've only won this one. And that's the only one that you send. So now you think, if I knew this information before I signed up, I would have not signed up in the first place. So yes, it's a big problem. And I think they are doing it on purpose. It's being purposefully done. I mean,
you have come out and said people can't trade.
Yes, that's 100% true. Because why? If we look at the actual information, the concrete evidence, not a screenshot that your friend sent you, or no, if in order to judge whether someone can trade or not, you can just use their signals because that is a direct reflection of who they are.
That was my next question. Do you think signals are a direct reflection of a person's skill to trade?
Because remember, when you make a decision to sign up to someone's signals, you might have seen something that got you interested, right? So you want to become. If I see a trader with a Bentley like DJ Coates. I want to be like that. So I'm going to want to follow everything that he does. Now, does that mean his strategy now needs to change all of a sudden because he's selling signals? No, it stays the same. So that reflects basically exactly how he trades. And through that information, you can determine, can this person really trade? Can they not trade? Because why? If you think about it realistically, there's a lot of information that is being withheld to determine whether someone can trade or not. Think about it logically. What would you say? Well, look, I would say there's hardly people who provides market breakdowns on YouTube. Nasdaq Ninja does it, and then I said, that's good because it's good to provide this education. But there's barely people who provides this type of education. If you go through the Instagram, you don't see a chart. You see nothing. You just see a blue screen, a car, and a house. Blue screen, a car, and a house. And if you ask them, can you maybe show me your results for the past 2 weeks? Then they want to get upset and go, no, who are you to tell me? You can't ask me. You don't ask me this. You don't ask me that. So, yeah, it's crazy.
I really believe there's an art behind that. And I think a lot of guys aren't really aware as to it's what is really happening, an art of withholding information from people. Because obviously they know is that, hey, you need to get in. They need to grab the money.
And that is why, my friend, most of these guys, they sell a lifetime service at a good price, like at an achievable price.
Yeah.
They can't sell VIP for, sometimes Andy will go as low as 500 for his VIP when it's priced at 2,000. But most of these guys, their target range is between 1,000, 1.5, like easy Forex, classic Forex, or something like that, to 2,000. So it's a once-off grab. So they just need to take your money once. But 1,000, you get 100 people, you got 100,000. You take DJ Coates for an example. You know how much money DJ Coates made over a 3-month period for just 30 signals? Do you want to take a guess?
Yeah.
He has made just over 600,000 Rand in selling signals over a 3-month period and selling and giving people at least 10 signals per wave. So he had wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. So I was in wave 1, wave 2, and in wave 3.
Oh, you were in the first wave?
In the second one and the third one.
All 3 waves?
All 3. And in all 3 of those...
You paid for all 3?
Yes. And in all 3 of those, he made a profit of just over 200,000 for just 10 signals per group. Now, let me ask you this. Why do you have to put in the work if you can send 10 signals, whether they work or not, and make 200,000? Why do you have to go and trade your own money? Why do you have to go wake up in the morning and go to work if that way of doing things are easy? You understand? So that guy, he's made almost close to R1 million in sales in 3 months. And that is why I say this wave business that he's running is never going to stop because it's lucrative.
Yeah.
It's making money for him. He is getting that 200K every time.
But let's talk about the consumer now, because I think that as well, we've got a lot of, I don't know how to say this. I want to say this in a very respectful manner, especially to the consumers, but no, actually it's fine. We've got a lot of sheep.
Yeah.
Just follow a lot of followers who are just willing to just cough up money at every single turn and whatnot. What do you have to say to them? What education is needed right now?
So I think the important thing is the like the first thing that we need to figure out here is that it could, like whether it's a consumer who has lived through the experience, because a lot of the guys, they haven't lived through that experience where they've actually signed up and they've experienced it themselves. So what I would advise people to do, a lot of people go in there for their first time and they think it's a P. Diddy party, so they come out again. See. They're like, no, I'm not supposed to be here. Right? They're like, oh. So then they go, okay, I'm not going to go back in there. So it's more like the whole public, more like this whole public toilet kind of thing. Those that are inside want to get out, and those that are outside wants to go in. From a consumer perspective is that you need to ask more questions. That's it. Ask more questions. Don't just accept whatever is sent your way. Say, can I please see your trade history for the past 2 weeks? Can I please see something that will further justify whether you can trade or not, as opposed to just one blue screen that you sent to me this, or you post in the free group this week, and now you want me to make a decision based off that. Would you go buy a car at We Buy Cars just by looking at it, just walking past, you go like, oh, this is a nice car? No, you ask questions because you want to know more about it, right? And that is what we need to do. But the thing is, we don't have the audience. I don't have the audience, right? I don't have the audience. Look at DJ Coach.
Even though you don't want to.
Yeah, look, DJ Coach got 1.4 million followers on Facebook.
Yeah.
So when I make a video, I maybe touch 10,000 of that.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So like I said to people, this is going to take a while in order to expand. And every time I get a message from someone says, you know what, thank you, you just saved me some money now because I was going to sign up to this guy's Signal group, but I saw your video. And then I go, okay, no, that's good. Just make sure. And I provide people with information sometimes that they don't have to go pay for also. Just to show people that some people would look at QBanks and go, oh, QBanks is a very good trade. I need to get his course for $20,000 or something like that. Then I tell you, okay, there's his course. I want you to show me your Lamborghini in 2 or 3 months. There, I'll give you the course for free. Go and do it. And then come back to me in 3 months and see if it really is that easy as these people are trying to make you think it is. Because why? Most of the time, show me any trader, anybody, and this is not a challenge, but show me any trader who has had, and don't talk about Jason Noah who gave a car away to someone that's non-existent. I'm talking about, show me any trader that can show you a person who has been, whose life has actually changed because of them. You are going to find, it's probably going to be someone that they come up with, because that's what they do. They are so delusional that they create their own accounts. They have conversations with themselves, and then they post that conversations in a free group to make it look as if someone said, thank you for the work that you've done. That is how crazy people, that is the extent that these guys will go. They will go so far as to pretending that someone just said, hey, I just made 20,000 from your signals. And he's sending that message to himself, and he screenshots it, and then you sit there going like, oh, you just made 20,000 Rand. I'm also going to make 20,000 Rand. And then, no, people have to just, that's all people can do is to ask more questions. They have to, yeah, bro, like they have to ask more questions. Just be more, and they'll see that when you ask more questions, these guys, they will get upset. And don't get offended. Don't feel like you have to go in there. Don't feel like, oh, now I'm going to miss out. No. There's a reason why they don't want to provide the information. It's easy to screenshot your trade history if you want the client on board. You see, it's very easy. If you want to sign up to my signals and I'm being truthful, honest, and I'm acting with integrity, and I want you to join, why is it so difficult for me to just take a screenshot and say, there you go? Now you can make a better decision. But no, you have to go through this and you have to go through that. These guys don't like you asking him questions. They don't. They will. They will come at you for asking them questions, bro. But in any case, I talk a lot, so
no, that's good. That's why you're here today. People are here to hear you talk today.
No, look, I can sit here all day and talk, but I'm not gonna sit
all day. No, man. Okay, but I just want to go back quickly. Just backtrack to you spoke about DJ Coach and making 600K.
Yes.
Over. Okay, cool. Okay, let's say for his business model is great for making profit, business model for making profit. But now I want to ask about the value that was provided in those 3 months.
Look, there's a few things that I look at, right? Okay. So if you look at, for instance, the format of a signal, right? If you go to, no, I'm not going to use that analogy because it seems like I'm keeping using analogies for everything here. So I'm just going to get straight to the point. So if you look at a format of a signal, right, it needs to be very easy to read. It needs to be easy to understand, and it needs to be easy to apply for the average consumer, a beginner trader, or an advanced trader. Remember, if not, we have to educate people. This is how, well, I'm not saying someone needs to come to you and go, how do I take a signal, right? So his signals are basically sent with no prices, right? The only price that you get there is where you need to place the stop order. So he will say, place a stop order at this price on the Dow Jones. Then you will maybe get 30 pips, 50 pips, for him is maybe a win. So the market will maybe move up, but then it will make a U-turn, and according to him, that's a win. Now, for me, the format of the signals, I don't agree that much with it. The second thing I don't agree with is having no stop loss, especially for a normal trader, because you can blow your account with a single signal if you go in there and you don't understand the risk management, because they don't trade with a stop loss. So I think that in regards to the signals, it is not at the success rate that he claims that it is, firstly, but it's not that bad in terms of it's not as bad in terms of how can I say now, like I won't classify him as a bad trader or he can't trade, but I do say that the format in which he presents the signals, it might be very difficult for certain people to trade, but I do think that I do think that there is some potential.
Yeah. Who are some of the traders that have given you problems with you trying to enter the signal groups? I know you're very transparent in that regard.
So there's I try to get with look, there's a couple of guys. So what I normally do is I normally reach out to these guys just before I sign up, because it's always good to cut the cost on these videos, because these videos, they cost me just over 1,000 rand to make per video. That cost gets cut in half if I get provided with the information. So then I spend half of it, because remember I have to pay for a thumbnail and I have to pay for the video to be then cut into a short. So that also takes me just over 500, which is why currently I've got a threshold of 500 rand that I'm willing to spend on a signal group. And as soon as I exceed that amount, my overall expenses will increase, and that will just skew out the budget. You understand? So sometimes I will reach out to these guys and say, yo, is it okay if I go into your signal group? So I reached out through Nick, right? Through Nick, and he's like, yo, it's fun. You know what? We don't do that here. I was like, but it's free marketing.
Wait, the robots guy.
Yes, that guy's like, it's like, no, we don't do that here. I'm like, but it's free marketing for you. I've got enough audience that would like to know. And I even said to him that people said that you're good. Like I said, people say that you're good.
Okay.
And that's why I want to do a review. And I said, I just need one day in there, or you don't have to put me in the group. Send me a screen recording for your trades that you've taken throughout March, and I'll do a video for you for free. You don't have to pay me. I know you've got millions according to what you've shown us, but you don't have to pay me. I would do it for you for free. It's free marketing. Says it's fine. We don't do that here. That's fine. It's okay. We'll eventually get to him.
Yeah.
Because I believe in giving people just one chance. Right? I will ask you nicely if you don't want to do it, then I'll find an alternative way to get in there in any case. But
the point at the end of the day is that you will get the signals.
I will get the information, whether I get it firsthand or whether someone reaches out to me to say that, look, I'm in that signal group. Could you do a review? Because they're like the masked magician man.
What's his name again? Mad Charts, right?
Mad Charts, yeah.
I forgot, what's his real name? I forgot.
I don't know what his real name is. Yeah. That guy was also a big surprise.
Yeah.
The guy who reached out to me. But if I tell you the amount of people who come in my DMs and complain about the services that they receive, and you look at the way people live on Instagram, and you look at the amount of people who suffer as a result of them having to live like that, you'll understand exactly why these things need to happen at some point, because we're going to get to a point where this becomes uncontrollable. You understand? So we need to control it somehow, somewhere. It's going to take some time, bro.
No, that is quite true. But at what point, do you consider a person a scammer? Because I get it, people are offering a service, yes, but there's also like the misleading advertising, and then now there's like the scammer. There's that thin line, right? Yeah.
So I wouldn't, necessarily call these guys scammers, right?
Okay.
Because remember, a scam normally takes place where you pay for a service and you don't get it. They do provide the service. They just don't provide the service at the level of the expectation of the consumer. And yes, the consumer has every right to have an expectation. Because if you hand me a pamphlet and I go to your store, this is what I want to see when I get there. They are handing out blue screen pamphlets on that free channels all day. Every consumer has the right to go there and sign up and have an expectation of just having blue screens. So as far as scamming goes, it's basically where they pay for the service and they don't get it. But I guess as long as they provide the service, it's not a scam. I would say that they are just misleading people for their own personal gain. So yeah, I would just say go look at some videos that I don't did about scamming, but no, not me.
Yeah. Okay, but what actually needs to be done now? Like, what is the solution at this point? Because it seems like we have quite a problem on our hands.
We've got, it's like Resident Evil. We have this virus, and every day new signal providers gets born.
Yeah.
New guys, they pop out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's
Everybody
true.
wants to sell signals nowadays because it's an easy way to make money. And look, at the end of the day, the best thing we can do is just to continue to create awareness. Some of these guys has changed the way that they do things to an extent. Nasdaq Ninja, for instance, he started sending out weekly results. He started showing people, look, this is how much props I caught for this month. It's not very, very much transparent, but it's a start.
Yeah.
And he started doing it as far as he wins, and then he's like, but nobody's paying if I show them, so I'm not going to do it. So the thing is, this is something that you have to hammer on every time. That is why there's a group of people whose signals I review every month. Every month I will review this. There's a group of people whose signals I will review every month. It's either you're going to make a difference or you do what Lesiba did and you close your signals group. I will get you to do one of the two. You're either going to do the right thing to the people, or you're going to have to stop selling signals. But they're still taking chances because they're like, this is still a small guy. I don't count subscribers. I don't count Instagram followers. I was surprised. I think yesterday I checked and I saw, whoa, I got 3,000 followers on Instagram. I was like, how did we get here? So I don't count these things. I record the video, I put it out there for people to see. Then we go with that. But they say, they got 100,000 followers. That information will never get there. But the information, I'm telling you today that most of these people's reviews I do, I will always reach out to you first. Then you know when they reply. My video will find a way to get to you, and you will come back to me and say, yo, why did you do a review? But I asked you. So this information will find a way to get there. But again, the thing is, the only way that we stop this, we have to continue with creating awareness. We have to. We look, I say that people are going to suffer through this. As we're sitting here now, there's someone who's paying their thing. Did you hear that? There's someone who just paid someone for signals, thinking that it's going to change their life. There's someone who just paid for mentorship now, who thought that the mentorship was going to change their life. You see?
I feel like we also need to have a serious conversation with the consumers about signals. The previous interview I just did just now, the guy literally said he has never met anyone who says they are profitable from signals.
Excuse me?
Say yes. You get me.
Yes, they making money through someone else's signals.
No, they've never met somebody. I'm talking about the consumers now. Now let's get to the consumers, because I think we need to have
I was gonna say, now, how do you not? If we know Nasdaq Ninja, he made 2.6 million in sales, lifetime sales, 2.6 million. I'm sitting here, I'm working every day. I've not even made $1 million. So with actual hard work, I don't make $1 million. I don't make 100,000, 200. With the way these guys post their blue screens, I was interviewing another guy yesterday who said he made 16 million through trading. You make 16 million. You got time to sit here on a podcast with me. You're supposed to be there in the Bahamas, It's fascinating for me.
Yeah.
The amount of people, the amount of money these people are portraying to make, and the kind of life that they lead. I don't sell signals. I don't sell mentorship. If I had to choose between selling a signal or selling a mentorship or sitting in front of my TV all day and play games, I will play games. Will I make money through there? No. Will I make money through selling signals? Yes. I've got lots of people who would sign up to a signal service that I would provide.
That's true.
So why have I not just decided to take people for a P as well? So why have I not decided to make that decision? Instead, I choose to take my time and I sit there and I play games all day. You understand? I have it in me to also make 100K tomorrow. I have it in me to make a 200K tomorrow if I wanted to. But I am liquid myself. Okay? But I'm not going to turn around and go, okay, here is 1,000 people. I'm going to sell signals. Because people are asking me, yo, can you sell signals, please? Can you open up mentorship, please? And I say, does it look like I need money? First of all, I'm not saying I have a lot of money, but my life is at peace. I am at peace. I can sit here with you and I don't have to worry about whether I've done something bad. I don't know if I can say that, but whether I've done something bad, whether I've impacted someone's life negatively through interfering with their finances. I haven't. Nobody's sleeping with their one eye open because they have to think about where they're going to get money tomorrow because of me. Nobody. So I sleep peacefully at night with a pew under my pillow because you never know what happens in your sleep. Eat your mint. I'm just joking.
Yeah. Sure. Gee, Rolio.
Yeah, I think it's crazy, bro. Like, I think we have a long way to go with this.
Yeah, no, but we're still on the consumer chat. Like what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the honest conversation that the consumer chat needs to have with about signals. Let's be honest about signals. I have never seen anyone get rich off of signals. Not even rich. Not even. I'm still yet to meet someone. And I will gladly eat my words today. I am still yet to meet someone who can show me 6 months.
I can vouch for that. Okay. And I'll tell you why I say so, right? I like to challenge people, right? As long as you're going to sell something, I have every right in my own personal capacity to question the services that you provide. So whenever I do a review on someone's signals, there will always be a guy. Like there was one guy, when I did a video for, what's that other guy's name who can't trade also? Maps to Saho. Okay? I did a review on that guy's signals, and there was a guy in there who said, oh, I thought you were going to talk bad about him because I was down to send you my trade history. And I said, well, then send it to me. I offered to give him a tag, watch, because I've got 2 tags. I said, if you can I posted it on my Instagram. And I said, if you can send me your trade history, I went to go look for him on Instagram. I said, and I tagged him in the message that I put on Instagram. I said, if you can show me that you've made money through the signals for the months that I have reviewed, you can choose which one do you want. And up until today, he hasn't come back to me. Any other person who has ever reached out to me to say, oh, but I've made money, I say, can you show me? Then you don't hear anything from them again.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
The thing is, people will challenge you to see how far you can go. My friend, I can go very far. Have you seen a cable car from here to Table Mountain? I have nothing to lose. I have no skeletons in my closet where I have to worry about, is people going to find out I sell, if I sell stuff, maybe you sell signals. Because that's the first thing these guys are doing. If they see a review about them, they go like, Rolio Jack, signals. Oh, you don't sell signals. Yes. Now I can't talk anything about him. You see, that's what they do.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. And I agree with what you're saying. Like, it is so difficult to find someone. And that is why I can say this confidently. Excuse me. I can say this confidently. Bro, I got the whole alphabet here. Look here. I can say this confidently that when you look at a consumer, when you look at the risk associated in trading, why is it that the guy who sends the signals is always the one that makes the money and the person who is in there doesn't make any money? So now my question comes back to, do they really make the money? Is it the real money that they are actually making in the market then? How do you determine whether that is real money or not? How? Can you physically show me that the money that they make in the market is real when the same person who has joined for the same signal group cannot get to that level or can't get to that amount of money that they portray to make, or even get close to that amount of money? I've never heard a happy person come out, yo, I'm so happy with the signal that I provide. Oh, look at my life, it changed. No, it's nothing like that. It's always a complaint about this and it's a complaint about that. And you have to hear how, one thing that I hear is these guys, they'll lie to you straight to your face. And they'll better are telling you, I can talk about this all day. I can tell you all that these guys.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, sorry. So, question.
Yes, sir.
It's up to you if you want to put
Look,
it.
that's the purpose of me sitting here. Eh?
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna hear question, nobody can ask me anything.
Who's on that list? That list that you said that people are on, and you're not gonna let them go. You're always gonna keep doing month to month.
So
Currently,
okay, so there's people who are very vocal about what they do, right? So these are the people that I normally focus on. It is the guys that you always see. They're always in my face.
Yeah.
So Nasdaq Ninja, he knows, because at the end of that podcast episode I did with him, he said to me, now we're going to be enemies. And I said, no, I don't have enemies. I'll still continue to review your work, but I'm nobody's enemy. I'm not doing this to create beef with anybody. If you feel like it's beef, that's with you. But I'm not here for beef. That's Nasdaq Ninja. It's Andy the Goat. Nas 100. Zakes is on there. Andy Arendse, he's also a trader. Maps to Saho. There is Nas 100 Ape. There is another guy also. I'm not sure if I can take out my phone, but there's another guy on there. I think he's friends with Nasdaq Ninja. So, and there's some more people. But these are guys that will continuously get reviewed. And you know the vibes. What's that guy's name? You know the vibes. Bandile. Yeah. Yes, that guy also. That's now promoting Dot Broker. He first went with RCG. You know the vibes. It's your boy Bandile. We're trading NFP. Deposit your 100 rand.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so that's kind of a short list.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, no, but how many videos are you like producing a month? Because you must be working. Eh?
Yeah, so I probably do. I do about, depending on how many calendar days are there in a month, I do a video every day.
Yeah,
you understand. So every day I'm recording a new video. So by the time the viewers are watching this video, I've already recorded two or three. Because most of it's already uploaded onto YouTube. I just need to make them public every day.
Oh, okay.
So I pre-record them.
Yeah.
Because I've got a lot of free time.
Yeah.
So I pre-record them before the time, you see. So, yeah.
Life of a trader.
This is the never-ending thing. And I hope one day we'd be able to, get to a point where, maybe the FSCA could potentially, regulate Forex-related services. But that's what the FSCA said. They said that if you offer any Forex-related services, you need to be registered with them.
Yeah.
But these guys are just going crazy. Like, they're all over this. So everywhere you look, there's a guy. There's someone that wants to offer you what you call it. There's someone that wants to offer you account management. Someone wants to offer you investment services, and I don't even want to talk about investment services because that's also another crazy thing.
No, that is extremely crazy.
These guys are fucking crazy.
So what's the end goal? Obviously, with the reviews that you're doing. So
look, the idea is obviously I do think you have to be creative with the content that's being created, and I think that we as creators that creates content.
Yes.
I'm not a influencer or anything. I just see myself as a content creator, like, because I create content, right? But we constantly need to find new ways to come up with new content to create. But all of my content is directed into benefiting, is to benefit the consumer at the end of the day. Because that's the only type of content that I've been providing, you understand? So the content is related to benefiting the consumers. So whatever I come up with next is probably also going to be, it could potentially be just another, but robots I can't do because it just costs too much.
That's a slippery slope, eh? With robots, eh?
No, sorry, that is too expensive for me. I can't afford. John Gatti wants what, 15,000 rand for that gold robot?
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'm not gonna spend. I'm not gonna spend 15K on an EA. So no, that's not gonna work for me. So I don't know what the future holds. But I'm optimistic, to see where this is gonna go.
Yeah.
But for now, I think we have to just focus on the objective that's in front of us at the moment. And for me, that is to just basically get the information out.
Yeah.
We'll count out chickens. I count my blessings. I'll count them one day. But for now, I'm not focused on whether I get paid through YouTube or whether I make money through YouTube. I think it's more about how many people are being impacted. How many people can come in the comment section and say, yo, I'm so glad for this video. I was about to go and spend my money there. So that's what it is about, is to be the person that I always wanted to look to when I was struggling and coming up through my trading career. Can you even call it a career? You can't even get a loan to say, hey, I'm a trader. Eh? You can't call it a career. It's like, I'm a trader. I would like to borrow.
Yeah.
Like this. No, you can't prove that you're going to make that type of money.
Yeah. No man ever reached to excellence in any one art or profession without having passed through the slow and painful process of study and preparation. I'm asking this because the reason I'm asking this is because I want to know, like, where's your journey right now in terms of trading? Like, do you even have time to trade?
No, so I swing I swing most of the time.
Okay.
So the last time I took a trade was on the 12th of March, which was the one that I posted to my Instagram.
Yeah.
That trade ran for about 10 to 11 days. And that was it. So I've kind of moved away from being that type of guy who sits there all day.
Yeah.
Do you see?
Yeah.
It's just like fucking sit there and look at things the entire time. So that's kind of not what I do. That's it. So that's, yeah. So look, I've been here for, I think, I've been here for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm now over that fucking that thing of having to do certain things. Now, I'm not even sure if that makes any sense, but I'm not as aggressive as I was before.
Okay,
yeah, like
you.
in the past, and I think a lot of people who is in the industry, they are very aggressive. Some of the signal groups I look at, like Nasdaq Billionaire, you get about 50 signals in a month. You get some people who would send you 30 signals in a week. So that for me is a bit Jesus. Like, like I just don't find it. I just don't find it interesting to be sitting there for so long. So yeah, but that's it, bro. That's it.
Can we address the FSP thing quickly for people who don't know? Because remember
the FSP thing.
Yeah, the FSP thing. Because it was going around. It was said previously by someone that you are FSP licensed.
Yeah, bro. Okay, kijk eens aan. Now I'm just gonna say this once, right? So I've already made a video about this on my YouTube channel, right? So I was on a podcast with Rydel, like an interview with Rydel. So on that podcast, I said that, look, I've worked in finance for 10 years before I was gonna say retire, but I'm still, but before I decided to stop with working about 3 years ago. So in the finance industry, you are required to write your regularity exam after 2 years of working in the industry. And it's up to the company to send you to go and write your regularity exam. So I was on a podcast with Rydell and I said, you know what, guys? I said, guys, I've completed my regularity exam on the podcast. Then maybe I can almost swear here. Then one guy, he made it his job. Do you know how much effort it takes to get the FSCA to investigate you for cuck like this? Then that guy made it his job to go and tell the FSCA, I said that I am regulated and that I'm a licensed FSP who is licensed to who's authorized to offer financial services and provide financial advice. So I said, the FSCA sent me an email on a fucking Friday. Before the weekend, I get a FSC email. I'm thinking to myself, couldn't you wait maybe until Monday? Because now I have to go into the weekend worrying what it is that you're sending me an email for. Yeah. So I was going back and forth with the FSCA and I said, I've never said that. I understand how the FSCA works. I know the rules and regulations. I know what it is required from an FSP. I know what it is that you need a license for because I've worked it. I said, why would I go out and tell people I have an FSP license? Have I ever rendered any services that required me to have a license to be telling people that I've got a license and then sell them a service like some of these guys did and like maybe an investment service? Did I ever open an investment scheme to tell people, come and invest with me, I've got an FSP license? Never. I just said it on that podcast. I just said, I completed my... Then one guy, now I know who this guy is, right? And I swear to God, if I catch this guy, I'm going to teach him a lesson. But I know this guy, right? Not I know him, but I was able to find out who it was. And I was so disappointed, my friend. Like I was so disappointed. And you know why I was disappointed? Mm-hmm. Look at the amount of effort, right? That people can put into cuck like this. You understand? Meanwhile, there's guys out there that will offer you an investment service that they require a license for, who is still doing that type of stuff, that's walking free on the planet of the fucking earth. But you want to go to the FSCA and tell them what I said on a podcast. Imagine I said on this podcast and I say, hey, I make 14 million. Then tomorrow Cyrus come, hey, we heard you on a podcast saying you make 14 million. Do you understand the level of stupidity and the level of craziness it would take for someone to go and listen to what someone said onto a podcast and then go to the FSCA? And if you think that's bad, it's because the FSCA actually showed me he posted that thing on his TikTok, right? I don't worry with people on TikTok except for the guys who predicts NFP. But I don't. So I just saw the email that he wanted to report me to the Hawks also.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He thinks the Hawks has got time to investigate me, who said on a podcast because I said that I have completed my regularity exam. Nowhere in my entire life have I told anybody that I've got a license, that I'm an authorized financial services provider who is authorized to provide financial advice and intermediary services. Why do I need a license for? I don't do anything. Okay, I work on people's nerves, but that's what I do. If I need an FSP license for that, then they have to come for me for that then. But other than that, bro, like it was for me, it was, my anxiety was bad throughout that period because I'm an honest person, right? My anxiety was so bad. And I said to my girlfriend, I said, as a guy in fang, if I catch him, he's going to pay for it. And if he's watching this podcast, can tell him, if I catch him, I know who he is, but he stays in Joburg. Grown old man who lives with his family, who still watches Dragon Ball Z. There's nothing wrong with watching Dragon Ball Z. But imagine you have to go through that extent, to that extent, just to try and bring someone down who has done absolutely... Ja, daarmee bro. Kijk, je gaat heel dag skel, Lisa. But that is the story with the FSCA. I don't have an FSP license. I'm not an FSP. I don't have an FSP license. I've completed my regularity exam, but that was a requirement because I was working in the financial industry. I know how the financial industry works. I know the requirements of being an FSP, right? My name is not I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say it. But I'm not, like, I don't offer any financial services that requires me to have financial advice. Unless I need a license to play GTA online also, because then I'll go and apply for that. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know what they want. Well, I don't know what they're talking about. That's it. That's the story with the license, bro.
Yeah. Gee, okay.
Yeah.
That's been addressed right now. All right then. No, thank you so much, Rolio. I really hope this was the interview that people have been crying for. So I know a lot has happened since we started talking 2 years back.
Yeah,
I know a lot has happened since we started talking 2 years back, but I think now this is what people want to know. These are the stuff that people are interested in right now.
Yeah, I think. Look, I've seen I've seen a huge interest in not podcasts in particular, but people like the unanswered questions to be asked. That's where people find. That's where people find this interest in. Yeah. So I guess that's what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I guess.
No, thank you so much, and I'm wishing you all the best moving forward. And I hope you get a financier, a sponsor that's gonna start backing you in paying for.
I don't want the sponsor.
You don't want the sponsor.
No, I'm good. I don't want any of that.
Yeah.
Because then they tell you, don't talk about people like that. Don't say that.
But there's some people. There's some who don't really care. Hey, there's some who don't really care. Hey.
Oh yeah.
So I hope you find, if you are looking in that direction.
I'm not now.
Yeah, no, but now we want you to go buy the 2,500 rand signals and all that. For that to allow you to be able to get
like
it to.
What's his name? Ref Wayne. His signals are 2,800 a month.
Yeah? Gee.
So yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
No, thank you so much, Rolio.
No, it's cool, bro. It's cool. Thank you.
Let me let you be on the way. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You guys go subscribe to Rolio Jack's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
See the signal reviews down below. We'll leave all the details down below so people can find you easier. For those who don't know you, I think
everybody knows me.
Within the industry
like that, yeah.
But I think also our community as well. Maybe some people don't know what is it that you do.
Yeah.
I think they'll find what you do very interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a dilemma, but we're okay.
Yeah.
In any case, thank you for the invite. I appreciate it again.
Yeah.
It took 2 years to get here. 2 years of back and forth.
Yes.
So thank you for the opportunity. Because I think it goes both ways.
No, 100. It
really goes both ways.
Really
I can't feel as if I am a celebrity to sit here and say, you paid me to be here. I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
But bro, thank you once again. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
And I will see you in I will see you in the next video.
100%. No, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. It's myself, Nqobile Tembane from Top Traders South Africa, and this was another episode of Market Masters, where I sit down with the most prominent and talented individuals on the game. A big shout out to Octa for making all this possible, and and we out.
Speaking about trading and investing and so forth, and there's not a lot of female representation in the industry. If you know how to sell Tupperware or Avon,
and you've got them now. It's over.
And then you know how to sell Forex. Doing the work, and they're going to go and try and poach those people.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot of poaching in the industry, though. Gee.
You don't need to know how to trade in order for you to be a partner.
But I think there's like this thing of you need to be a trader to even participate.
That's bull. That is bull. Sorry for my French, but that is utter bull. Like some of the best partners I have had, they don't trade. So not everyone is going to be a mentor and educator, because not everyone is meant to be a mentor and educator.